During his ministry, Jesus had a very strong fan base, and he was able to attract crowds of people to listen to his preaching. He sought to include everyone. All had the right to seek salvation through the love of God, not just the chosen Jewish race. Perhaps we can think of these outsiders as the outer circle of the concentric rings of faith around Jesus. And in the later reflection, we will draw on Luke's Gospel to discuss this concept. Think of the parable of the Good Samaritan. In the parable, Jesus uses the example of the Jew and the Samaritan, who would not ordinarily have been friendly towards each other. However, out of all those who could have helped the Jew, only the Samaritan did. Jesus tells of a man who was travelling from Jerusalem to Jericho and was attacked by robbers on the way. A priest and a Levite passed him on the other side of the road and did not assist him. It was the Samaritan who stopped and helped. It was the act of saving the injured traveller that made him blessed, not his background or race. Or the faith of the powerful centurion who sent elders of the Jews to ask Jesus to save the life of his sick servant. The centurion was so sure of the power of Jesus and felt so unworthy, despite his rank in the Roman army, that he told Jesus not to come to his house, as he didn't deserve such attention. Jesus, realizing how great his faith was, healed his servant. Part of Jesus' immediate supporters were women. Remember, a woman's status in the first century was not any better and often worse than the outcasts such as lepers, pagans and tax collectors. However, Jesus did not treat women that way and valued all people equally. Jesus reached out to everyone, and gradually some of his followers grew in faith enough to be valued as disciples and teachers of the gospel. And then he chose his 12 apostles, his band of friends and colleagues that support him through his ministry and ultimate suffering. Can we, as individuals, be inclusive in our efforts to spread the good news and bring people to Jesus? And often this may bring people back to Jesus who have become disillusioned with the church. Steve Aisthorpe, in his recent book Rewilding the Church, said, "My own research in Scotland confirmed the finding of others that many Christians used to be involved with the local church report a key reason for their disengagement as failing to find within congregational life helpful contexts in which to explore questions and doubts and apply Jesus' teaching to everyday life. Our church is at a challenging crossroad, reducing numbers of ministers, dwindling funds and diminishing congregations. But we should look at this as an opportunity of finding new ways of doing church." Sylvia will later look at the framework of Jesus developed throughout his ministry, a circular flow chart to take people from curious agnostic through passive listening to action as apostles. Amen.